What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Ben Wright Reactions. Today we're finishing up season 1 of the Ricky Gervais show. We've got episode 13, Freaks. Let's see how the guys in this season. Hopefully, lots of laughs. Here we go.
For the past few years, Ricky
Wonder if
Gervais,
they're gonna change the
Stephen
intro
Merchant,
for
and Karl
season 2.
Pilkington have been meeting regularly
I love this
for
intro,
a
though.
series of pointless
I know I say that every
conversations.
time, but
This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Karl Pilkington.
All right.
here we go.
Questions for Karl, just to sort of try and tap into his brain, see what's going on there.
Yep.
The questionnaire that is often featured at the end of the TV programme Inside
gonna
the Actor's Studio.
Try to finish
If
it.
heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Is that how it works?
Oh.
No,
What do you mean? What's the question?
Well, I don't know.
He just
you hear
can't-
so many other things
he
that you
just
have to go
can't do
through
it.
other gates. I can't imagine him being on the door, is what I'm saying. If he owns a place, what's he
Yeah,
doing
and it's
there?
St. Peter.
He could put anyone on it.
It's St. Peter, isn't it, who's normally minding the gates, famously.
Right, so it's him asking me.
Okay, well, let's say it's St.
No,
Peter.
no. You go through the gate. Peter goes, oh, you're expected. He's got an appointment. We're going through to God. Go through a few doors. Go up top floor. Right, past the executive washroom into his big office. Okay, that
Okay.
overlooks the universe.
So what?
So you've gone in to see God, it's an audience with God, you've died, you've gone to heaven, and what would you like God to say to you at that point?
Probably just say, you've done well and that in your life. You never did anybody any harm. So, welcome to heaven. Any problems, give us a shout. Here's a little layout of like a like
Tour
a little
map.
map. It's kind of like
I love this. This is a great answer. And my favourite one is you never did anyone any harm. That's great. That's a brilliant thing for God to say.
yeah.
So hang on, he's giving you a little map.
So he's got a
Yeah.
little map of the
Little
area.
map,
It's
and he'll
big.
sort of say, this is where you go for
That'd be
this, this
nice.
is where you go for that. I'd probably ask him about the ghost situation. I'd say, am I now
Okay.
a ghost then? Or is this just like another planet that I've come onto?
Right.
I don't know if he'd answer that. I don't know if he'd be sort of a bit,
Bit cagey.
yeah, a little bit like, well, I don't want to panic you and stuff. I'd say, right, is it right that I can see past family and that? Because to be honest, I'd probably prefer to stay away.
Wow.
Even want to.
No, but because the thing is, if you've
that's
done all, I've
amazing.
done all that in this life, so it's about moving on to another life and meeting different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the
Okay.
point? It's just
Yeah.
like the same all over again, but everywhere's white. I mean, I don't know if it is like
Do you
this.
think
I'm
God
just-
would like this podcast?
Well, I suppose it just kills half an hour, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but time's
Yeah.
not a problem for him, is it?
I'm sure
Yeah,
he
it is,
loves
'cause he
it.
lives for ages, so he needs loads of filler. I bet he's, doing stuff that he's just like, I'm not really into this, but it's something to do, isn't it?
Sudoku and stuff.
But
God's
I think there'll
bored.
be just as many problems up there as there is here, because at least people are leaving here, whereas up there, that's the thing that I'd be worried about the most, actually, that it's
Overcrowded.
really crowded. Because it's years and years of dead people, isn't it? London does me head in. Up there, it's going to be
Fair point.
well busier than that.
Fair point.
What about teenagers?
Overcrowded.
And do you feel that life was better in, say, the 1950s?
I don't know, I wasn't around. So
But
it's-
you understand what it was like in those days. You've seen Happy Days.
I don't know, people always say, don't they? Old people always say, it's a better
That's
life.
probably his only frame of reference.
He's like, yeah, it was for them. Of course it was for them. They're old now. Being old isn't great, is it? So you're just happy with your lot. I suppose I was happiest in about 1984.
Quite a specific year.
Why?
It was
Why
just,
was
it was
that?
just I was free and happy. Do you know what I mean?
How old were you?
I don't know. 22,
He's just counting on his fingers now.
12.
Right, okay.
And it was
12's
just
a good year.
So the happiest days of your life were between the age of 12 and 13?
Yeah, it was good. I had the world ahead of me.
Little did you know your hair was going to fall out and you were going to whinge every minute
Oh,
of the day.
I had my
Ricky.
bike. I like messing about my bike. You had your mates. I had a pet magpie.
So you were probably the teenager that you eventually hate?
Pet magpie.
Probably.
Were you a good lad, law-abiding?
I wasn't bad. I just sort of, just potted about. I mean, when people talk about what was on the telly back then, I don't have that much memory of it because I was always out. I was always playing out.
What were you doing when you were out?
Just playing about, just like on a bike or...
Just riding in a circle endlessly
Tell
through
you,
blizzards,
I loved it.
rain, sleet,
Loved it.
hail.
I never seemed to be in. I was always... When everyone always goes, where were you when Band-Aid was happening? I was always out on my bike. And everything was
Like
like...
you and McGregor.
A memory's always sort of like coming in for some orange.
Sort of.
And looking at the telly and seeing Princess Diana's getting married. And my mum says, have you seen this? And I'm going, oh, I'm going out on my bike. I was always doing that. The only time I was in the house...
This is why you don't know anything, because you never stopped.
Yeah, but this is what being a kid's about. That's
all
what I
the
mean, being
information
free.
you have,
I agree
Karl,
with
is as
Karl.
though you've gleaned it as you raced by on a bike. It's almost like, every piece of information...
Except for riding around in circles.
Your hair blowing in the wind. Karl, your hair will blow out one day. Oh, don't talk stupid, ma'am.
was easy. So yeah, 12 to 13 was good.
But you see...
And it was all downhill from then, was it?
13, you're a teenager then, aren't you? Life got tough.
Yeah. How did it get tough?
Just straight away when I was 13, my mum was like, oh, it's your 13th birthday, you're a teenager now.
Right.
And she gave us a quid to go and get a cake to celebrate it. Went to the supermarket.
He had to go
got
buy
a
his own
and I just
cake.
thought, I don't like the look of this. Don't like the look of the way the future is here.
He had to buy his own cake.
Well, you were buying a cake. What did you see at the supermarket?
It was kind of like, I don't know, I suddenly felt grown up. And I didn't like it.
But I think you were always about 58, really, with your outlook.
Well, yeah, my mum always said I was old. She said I was an old baby. She said I could frown before I could walk.
That makes a lot of
So I always had
sense.
a bit of a worry look on my face. Didn't say much, just always listened. My eyes moved about more than I did. Just sat there looking around, looking stressed.
Still does.
moved about more than I did. Oh dear, couldn't walk. Well, I can't walk, but I'll try and get a bit of movement in my face. It's a workout, a baby workout. Oh, babies, well, if you can't walk, what about your face? Let your face do the walking.
It sounds like that horror film. It sounds like Pilkington's Baby.
Yeah.
Just you lying there in your cot.
I didn't like all the stuff
Wow.
that's set up for you. Like, my mum tried to send me to like a nursery. I said, no, I'm not having this.
Just like that.
I said when I'm older,
Kid's
and
like,
I've
nope.
got to go, I'll go, but let's leave out this bit. And she said, all right. She was,
I love that he could reason with her. I love him. He's 3 years old with a pipe. She's going, you're going to nurse. She goes, I think not, Mum.
I mean, kids don't
Yeah,
play out,
not
do they?
today.
Kids, parents are scared to let the kids play out, and that's why the streets are dangerous now, because no one's playing out on the streets. Whereas when I was a kid, everyone was out on the streets. The streets were safer because there was more people knocking about.
Right.
Let the kids play out.
It must be like a constant, like a loud.
I see his point.
His front garden, do you know what I mean? Just loads
There
of
was
people
stuff
just
going- there was
walking
never any
around.
problems. I was sort of taken away by some fella.
What?
Who,
Hang on a
Whoa,
minute.
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa.
Wait a
no,
minute.
I was playing about in the garden,
Yeah,
but my dad's mate Tony,
yeah.
he did tiling with him. He drove past, and he saw me looking a bit fed up, so he just leant over, picked me up, took me to the pub.
Took him to the
Now, the
pub.
thing is, there wasn't panic. People weren't going, oh, God, where's Karl gone?
He's out.
Just
How old were you?
He's down the
He's at
pub.
the pub drinking.
He's 4 years old, yeah. But he's only having a...
He's down the pub with Tony, probably playing darts.
I was about 3 or 4.
Sorry, so some bloke drives by who happens to be a friend of your dad's, thinks that baby looks grumpy.
Yeah.
I'm taking him down to
But
the pub.
that's what it was
Tony,
like.
you bringing a baby to the pub? Yeah, I might do. Yeah, we'll bring in ours. All right, see you later, mate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Whereas now they go, the baby's gone. There's a big full-on panic going
Yeah,
on.
but I think it says more about your parents that they didn't do that. They looked out in the back car and you were gone. Some bloke's driving off in a van. They're just going, oh,
Rode down the pub.
doesn't Princess Diana look lovely? This is absurd.
Yeah, that's
so what happened when you
messed
got down the pub?
I just was there for a bit, and then
For a bit, just had a game of pool.
then my dad came in. It was like, oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are! I love that.
The 80s.
Where's my baby? I'm just going to have a quick pint now. Oh, there you are. All right, mate.
So, yeah, I think things were better back then.
Well, it's that time again.
It's Karl's diary.
The diary.
Oh, what's he written today?
Told Suzanne that I had read that we will have spoken to aliens by the year 2025. Ricky once told me
Still
that
got
if a man
time.
could speak English, it still couldn't have a good chat with us because its life is different to ours. If that's true, we've got no chance with an alien. I'd be worried
Also
that an
true.
alien could read my mind. I had that problem once years ago when I worked in a studio making cassettes. Some mind-reading woman was having some cassettes made. She waited while I did them. She had a small dog. I knew she was trying to read my mind, so I just thought about the dog. I thought that would confuse her, because she wouldn't understand why I was thinking about her dog.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Firstly, how did you know she was a mind-reading woman?
Everybody who came in having cassettes done, you'd find out about what the job is. So, you know, if it's a band or whatever, it might be a police station needing blank cassettes to interview people.
Yeah.
And she had them to sort of use during a thing where they do mind reading and stuff. So you get a
recording of
of
the...
it.
Okay.
And she was just there and she was staring at me like that, just looking over. And a dog was sort of looking worried, and they pick up vibes, don't they?
No.
They do.
And why was...
Were they looking... I'm not being funny. Were they looking at the roundness of your head, do you think?
They were just looking at me, and I was sort of panicking a bit. And the more that I was thinking she's reading my mind, I was thinking she knows that I know that she's reading my mind. So I just stopped thinking about her reading my mind, thought about the dog.
What were you thinking about the dog?
Running about on the beach.
He remembers what he was thinking.
No, just so she thought, oh, hang on a minute, it's
So
not
she
his
thought
mind,
she
it's
was reading the dog's
picking
mind.
up.
Okay.
Oh, so you thought she'd go, oh no, I'm getting it all tangled up. I've got a cross line here.
I met up with
That's
my mate
awesome.
Laurie. He said he was in a pub at the weekend and saw a bloke whose hands were on the wrong arms.
No! What do you mean?
Well, he had his left hand on his right arm and the right hand on the left arm. I don't think this would be a problem if he's been like that from an early age. When I was in Ripley's in LA, I saw a bloke whose head was on back to front.
That's more annoying, isn't it, than your hands?
Yeah, it'd be hard to swallow.
Isn't it?
Now then, would you walk? How would you walk? Would you be walking backwards, Karl, so that you could walk? So you're basically walking forwards.
I reckon I'd
or
walk
would-
sideways so nobody would sort of tell the difference.
You gotta be able to see where you're going. I like his answer.
God, he solved it again. He's thought it through. Ah.
Got home and read in a magazine. There was a story about a baby that was born that looked like a frog. What magazine's this?
That made the news. That was in a proper
No, it
newspaper in
didn't.
the end.
It didn't really have a neck or top half of its head. It would look all right if it always wore a scarf and a hat. The world would be a more interesting
That's so
place
wrong.
if there were loads of different types of humans like there are creatures. Then some people would be good at certain jobs. Spider people, ant people, builders, cockroach people, dustbin men.
Good idea.
Very
isn't it?
specific.
I mean,
Cockroach men, spider men, what are you talking about?
Look at some insects, right?
Yeah.
They don't have machinery, yet they're getting by, aren't they? They have their lives like we do. They get up, they wander about, they collect food, they tidy up, they fix stuff, they make their own house. We can't do any of that. So what I'm saying is,
Yeah, we can.
why aren't we using them? Why are these cockroaches with all these powers and stuff
Powers?
going about?
It's all these
But
powers.
how could we use them? How could we harness them?
Just
Be
told
thinking
you,
about
dustbin men.
giant cockroaches.
Or whatever that.
No,
what do
you
mean?
said that if they were also men, if they were cockroach men, we
Where's
could
the?
use
Where's
them.
the? You've left a big bit out, but when that 1-inch cockroach becomes a 6-foot bloke wearing a jacket,
It's just that we always use
Yeah.
insects for like a bit of fun. You see flea circuses and all that, which is all very well, but I don't think it's getting the most out of them.
No.
Woke up at 9:55 a.m. Soon as I woke up, I looked at Suzanne and she looked at me. I said, "Did I tell you about the immune system?"
First thing in the morning.
Suzanne
Suzanne.
started laughing. I said, "It's amazing." She said, "Not now."
Oh, poor Suzanne.
oh God! I was thinking that.
Springing into action, he zips up, his eyes are like... Did I tell you about the immune system? Oh, shut up, Karl. Put the kettle on.
Oh God! Oh fucking hell!
Wow.
Carl, let's give him a list. Top 5 something. What are you interested in? Are you interested in news, sport, TV, cars, movies, style?
He's
I
not.
mean, I'm into weird stuff, but it seems a bit tight to stick them in a list.
What, like what?
Well, like sort of freaky people and that. I've got that freak book. But I don't know if you'd be
Okay,
happy if you call
freaks.
one of them and said, "Good news, you're at number 1 because you've got 4 legs or whatever." I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, then this is the Carl Pilkington top 5 freaks in at number 5.
Here we go.
Probably something not too good at number 5, but it's still interesting. Lighthouse Man.
Who's that?
Lighthouse Man.
What's Lighthouse Man?
It's a fella with a hole in his head. And he, what he does, rather than moan about it, sticks a candle in it.
Shut up. What are you talking about?
Sticks a candle
What are
in
you
it.
talking about? Where is the hole?
he didn't call himself Lighthouse Man, did he?
Well, I don't know. It's just what he got nicknamed because he had this hole. Doctors were like, "There's nothing we can do. Can't fill it."
So it turned
What
it
can we do
into
with
a
it?
jack-o'-lantern.
And it was of the days when there was no electric and that. You had to walk about with a candle. So hang on a minute.
I can have both
Got a
hands
little
for
candle
you.
holder here. Stuck a candle in it. And he just got nicknamed the Lighthouse Man. So again, it's not that amazing, but I like the way he was sort of energy efficient.
So was it in his forehead?
No, on the very top of his head.
That's perfect. You don't want it in the forehead, Steve. You'll have to walk back with
That'd
your
be
neck
ridiculous.
cricked.
So he was like a kind of human jack-o'-lantern.
What's the lighthouse man? What, Steve, what
Sorry, mate, yeah, I
better
forgot
description
about
do you
that.
need than the lighthouse man?
So yeah, he's probably at number 5.
Wow, that's
Okay.
at number 5, Steve.
Number 4.
What about pig-faced woman of Manchester Square?
Again, you're getting what it says in the tin there, aren't you?
Right.
And it's just this woman who had a face like a pig. And the rumour was
Yeah.
that it wasn't a woman. Someone said it was a pet bear and they'd shaved it. That's
What?
That's what
Was
I've
this
heard.
someone? Was this someone you saw? Or
No,
that you
no,
just read about?
this is going back.
This is-
This
This
all
this
must have
is
been like in
years
the-
ago,
Yeah.
when there was loads of like weird
English
looking people. And the
tabloid.
fact that it's pig-faced woman of
Crazy
Manchester
papers.
Square
Yeah.
says that there might have been one in
Piccadilly Circus.
yeah, whatever. So there was a lot more of them knocking about back then.
Let's assume that it was a woman, and the first one, the lighthouse fellow, he's a human. Do you think people would object because of their disfigurement, deformity, a bit like being called freaks? Do you think?
Well, it gave them a purpose back then. See, if you were a freak
Back
years
when?
ago, it was work for you. You'd have these circus things. Now, if you've got a funny head, you're on the dole.
Number 3?
What about Elephant Man?
Right.
Stick him at number 3. He's
I know he loves
He's
that
not,
movie.
surely the most famous freak ever to have lived, isn't he?
he's the one who got me into it.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Got
He's
him
an
into
entry-level
freaks.
freak.
Yeah.
A gateway freak.
Everyone is aware of him.
If the Elephant Man still existed, right, and you got the opportunity to meet him, and you walked in, a couple of questions. 1, what would your first reaction be? And 2, what would you say to him? What would your first question be?
How would I react? Well, I've sort of seen him enough now that it wouldn't shock me. So I don't even think I'd flinch.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, when I first saw you, that was
Wow.
a bit weird.
Karl
But no,
throwing
look, I can
punches.
look at you. I don't double take or anything. What would I say to him though? I'd probably say, where do you get that at to fit you? You always had that on. Where do you get that from?
Wow. Okay.
That sort of flat cap that he's got.
Yeah, that one, didn't he? So yeah, I'd have him. So he's at number 3.
Right. Elephant Man number 3. I can't wait for
Blimey,
2 and
yeah.
1. Right. Okay. Number
Well, I know
2.
what my number 1 is. It's just number 2 now. I don't know his name, but there's a fella knocking about. Well, I don't think he's around anymore. But he had like a normal body. Looking at him, you'd go, "What's up with him? He's not a freak." Takes his undies off. Got 2 knobs.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, wait, there's nowhere to start. Do you
don't
think
know.
he uses them alternately, like have a wee out of this one, have a wee out of that one, or does he just like spread the load so he's weeing out of both?
I don't think he knows.
What do
I
you mean
think
he
it's
doesn't
sort of
know?
like a lucky dip. When he goes to a urinal,
Yeah.
he can have a little bet with himself. He's just like, I don't know what's going to happen here.
So do you reckon he holds them
Holds
both
them
out?
out, definitely.
So he takes his trousers down because I mean, you know,
Yeah, you can't use a Y front.
right?
It'd be,
Need more like a W front.
Yeah. So he pops his pecs down.
How would that even
there.
work?
I don't think it's that much of a problem. It's not like...
Wow.
Could be.
I'd prefer that than Elephant Man's head.
Well, of course you would.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What if you had Elephant Man's knob?
Yeah, but it didn't work like that, did it? That's the thing. They said he had the body of an elephant, but that's the only thing that wasn't of an elephant standard. His knob was normal.
How do you know?
Whereas with this fella, it's the other way round. Everything normal. Take the pants off. Oh, well, what's going on here?
But why would you ever take his pants off?
No, I wouldn't. I'm just saying if...
But why? I don't know why you'd be in a situation with this man with 2 knobs standing there with his pants on, and you go pop your pants off. You're not a doctor.
No, I say if I'm waiting in a cubicle and he's there.
For what?
Sorry, you're waiting in the cubicle and he
I'm
comes
waiting,
in.
I'm waiting to have a wee at a cubicle. He's
Oh, in the
taking 2
toilet.
urinals up and going,
Right.
hang on, you don't need them both, do you? He goes, well, actually,
Oh, and
have
then
a look at this.
right.
He's got 2 knobs.
See, I didn't see
Actually-
the 2 urinals. I saw him at 1, maybe them pointing inwards.
If you had that, say the first time that you met Suzanne, would you mention that straight up?
Would you say, right, before this goes any further, I've got something to show you?
Well, let's see. Tell me exactly what you would say.
You had normal head then, didn't you?
I had the same head, yeah.
Yeah, but it had like hair coming out of it, didn't it? And sort
Yeah,
of like,
yeah, but she also
Damn,
had
Ricky.
a smaller arse back then as well, so I think we've both been dumb.
Anyway, we need to get to number 1.
Yeah,
You're in trouble for that one,
Okay,
Karl.
It's Pillow Man.
oh yeah.
Hello, man. Okay, now explain for those that don't know who he was.
He's
Yeah.
he's a fella with no arms and legs, just a head and a little body. Nickname Pillar Man.
Well, why is he your favourite?
Just because he's amazing. Just the way he just got on with his life. He used to light a cig, just using his lips and his tongue and that.
Oh, I've
And
seen
not
this. It's
fully lit. He'd buy like Roll Your Own.
Yeah, it's in the film Freaks, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he
He had a
rolls
shave
it.
as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How did he
Do you
have a
think
shave?
I'm gonna have to check
He
this.
used to get it in
Find
his
this guy.
mouth, and I don't know.
Jesus.
It's amazing. Did he have a knob?
I think he did because he had some kids.
What?
Yeah, he had kids. He was an all right looking fella. He wasn't odd
Okay.
looking. He's just
Sorry?
he had no,
I'm gonna
he
have
looked
to
like
try to-
Samuel L. Jackson. Imagine him with no arms and legs.
Right, that's odd though, isn't it? Really?
It's weird, but you've got to give it to him. You know, I mean, he's there rolling his own. He's pretty cool looking.
I just want to
Wait.
say to people, it's no. You say it looks cool, to, with no arms, no legs to smoke, but don't forget that smoking can stunt your growth.
Yeah, but
Rolls his own
yeah,
cigarettes.
remember he was on like this circus freak show thing with
Yeah.
like a bearded woman,
Yeah.
right? Which isn't really a freak, is it? She could have had a shave. Have a shave, you're not a freak anymore.
Yeah.
A bearded woman compared to a fella who's got no arms and legs. A bearded woman, get out.
I agree with Karl there.
But there was like a fella with no bottom half to his body, called Johnny Eck was his name. So when you're knocking about with that crowd,
That
you're gonna
crowd.
you're going to get a bit. So yeah, he had kids and they were all normal kids. They had all the limbs.
Did his
and
wife
everything.
had arms and legs?
Never saw his wife.
Never saw his wife.
I think
He was probably ashamed of her. She was a bit of a freak.
for someone like him, you'd think he'd just give up, wouldn't you? You think, forget it. What sort of life is it? I'm like a Mexican jumping bean.
Like a
It's not
what?
worth living. But he just got on with it. To have a
slug.
shave. I don't even bother having a shave some days.
No. Nor did the bearded lady. Lazy fucking bitch.
So that's why I've put him at my number one position. It's just amazing, isn't it? The human, how whatever you dealt, some people just get on with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pillow
Yeah.
man, or draft excluder, as I prefer to call him.
The Pillow Man. I'm going to have to Google him after this.
Now, me and Steve are a couple of big shots. We do this for a laugh, but this is Karl Pilkington's only source of income. This is what you do now, isn't it?
This is my full-time job. Yeah,
What do you think of that? Is
it
this
depresses me.
Why?
This isn't what I ever wanted. Because I
Okay.
haven't got a purpose, have I? I'm sat here talking about the pillow man. If it weren't for him, I'd have nothing to say. It just depresses me. That I just wish I had a job where I felt like I was needed.
Ricky's
And I
dying.
don't feel needed. It's not a proper job.
We need you.
No, I know.
We need you,
for
Karl.
Rope.
I know, but this isn't. I wanted something that when you die and that it's you get up to the gates, whatever, and they say, "What have you done?" And then I'm looking worried, thinking, "Is the pillar man about?"
Wow. Well, that was episode 13, Freaks of the Ricky Gervais Show, and that finishes up season 1. Thankful for all you guys' suggestions and comments throughout. I really enjoyed that show. Love the guys, the banter, the poking at each other, and Karl is just amazing. Getting to know Karl through these podcasts. Can't wait for more. Like I said, I'm going to check out Idiot Abroad and see how that goes, and hopefully get some of those episodes posted soon. Karl talking about freaks and just, yeah, his weird fascination with freaks and freaky people. Going to have to check out the Pillow Man. I'm going to Google him right after this and see what all Karl was talking about. But once again, love this show. Love Karl. Looking forward to season 2 and An Idiot Abroad and other things that they have done over the years. So with that, if you guys out there have any other suggestions or want me to check out anything else, please feel free to put it down in the comments. I'm going to need some ideas coming up soon. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. That helps me out. And once again, until next time, thanks for tuning in.